Good morning to one and all gathered here. I request all of the audience to kindly take your seat and please put your mobile on silent. We are going to start the function. Okay, a very warm good morning. First of all, I would like to wish you all of you a very happy and prosperous new year. It is my proud privilege and pleasure to welcome you all for the department name board unveiling ceremony, which is going to be the most memorable and delightful event for all of us. To begin with, I kindly request you all to rise for Tamil Kaivalpu. Thank you all. Now I request Dr. K.T. Mini, Professor Head, Department of Veterinary Pharmacology and Toxicology, to deliver the welcome address.
A very good morning to one and all. Respected Dean Sir, our guests invited for today's function, the esteemed retired faculty members who are present here for the unveiling of the name board, department name board ceremony. My dear senior faculty members, my dear colleagues, and one and all present here, a warm welcome to you all. I am entrusted with the duty of welcoming all the guests today. First and foremost, I welcome the family members of Dr. R. Shabarinathan Nair, Founder Dean River. On behalf of the Dean and faculty members of this institute, I welcome Mrs. Purnima Satishan, daughter of Dr. R. Shabarinathan Nair, Mr. Vivek, son of Dr. R. Shabarinathan Nair, and Mrs. Srilakshmi, daughter-in-law. A very warm welcome to you all. And we are very grateful having accepted our invitation readily and has taken all the pains to travel from different places and reach here and to grace this occasion. Thank you. You are most welcome for today's function. Moreover, it gives me immense pleasure to meet my friend Mrs. Purnima. We were classmates and friends in plus 1, plus 2, something which I have not revealed over here. So I'm very happy to meet her today. And I'm more happy that I got this opportunity to welcome you. So next, on behalf of Dean and faculty, I am very glad to welcome Dr. Keshav Rao, retired Professor and Head, Livestock Products Technology Department. Sir has also taken the pains to travel all the way from Hyderabad and participate in this honoring function. Thank you, sir, for kindly accepting our invitation and for gracing this occasion with your presence. Thank you so much. Next, I would like to welcome Dr. Madhusudan Pillai, sir, retired professor at Head Microbiology. Sir, it gives me a great pleasure to welcome you on behalf of Dean and all the faculty members present here on this occasion. We are delighted to have you here in this function today, sir. And I should specially mention that sir has ignored all his recent health issues and travels. I think sir has driven and come all the way. That's a great gesture from your side, sir. Welcome, sir. Very happy to welcome you, sir. Next, I extend a warm welcome to Dr. Venkar Reddy, sir, who was our former dean and also retired professor and head administration department for being with us today in this department. Madam, I welcome you also. We are very happy that both of you have blessed this occasion. And we are very happy, sir, you are there in this name board unveiling ceremony. Happy to have you here. On behalf of the Dean and faculty members, I take this opportunity to welcome Dr. B. Ramesh Kumar, sir, also our former Dean as well as retired Professor and Head Veterinary Surgery and Radiology, for being a part of today's ceremony. Welcome, sir. We are extremely glad to have you here. And extremely happy. I also like to mention that yesterday night also Dr. Bhattacharya had informed that he is trying to catch the flight and he will be here shortly. But finally he has not been able to attend this function, so I am extending our gratitude for his cooperation, though he is not present here personally. And next I welcome on behalf of Dean and the faculty members our Dr. P.S. Anthony, sir, retired professor veterinary microbiology, for his gracious presence in today's function. And sir, we also remember how you used to be a strong contributor and support in the conduct of many such functions during your days here. Welcome, sir. Happy to have you here. On behalf of Dean and faculty members, I welcome Dr. T.P. Balagopalan, retired professor and he was MLS last recently only. He has retired from here. It gives me immense pleasure, sir, to welcome a great academician like you in today's function. Welcome, sir. With great pleasure, I welcome Dr. S. Ramkumar, sir, who is also our former dean and also professor and a Sir, we remember all your efforts, contributions during your tenure as dean. Thank you very much for gracing this occasion. Last but not the least, I welcome all the faculty members who are present here, my senior colleagues, my fellow colleagues, and all my junior colleagues who are here, as well as one and all who are present here to participate in this function. And all your presence make this a grand function. Welcome, welcome one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next program is the video depicting the history of the institute. I thank Dr. Vivek sir and my team ma'am for compiling this beautiful video recordings. Now we start with the felicitation of the retired faculties. I formally respect our dean to come out to the stage to felicitate our retired faculties. First of all, I request the family members of Dr. R. Sabathinathan Nair, founder Dean River, to come on to the stage. I request the Dean sir to felicitate the family members with a bouquet and memento. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I invite Dr. V. Keshav Rao, sir, retired professor and head, Department of Livestock Products and Technology, to come out to the stage. I request our dean to facilitate, sir, with a bouquet and memento. I invite Dr. Madhusudanan Pillai, sir, retired professor and head, Department of Veterinary Microbiology, onto the stage. I request our dean to felicitate the sir with the bouquet and memento. Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. Venkareddy, sir, former dean, retired professor and head, Department of Animal Nutrition, to come out to the stage. And also ma'am. I request our dean to felicitate the sir with the bouquet and memento. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. And now I invite Dr. B. Ramesh Kumar, sir, former dean, retired professor and head, Department of Veterinary Surgery and Radiology, to come out to the stage. I request our dean to felicitate the sir with bouquet and memento. Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. P. X. Anthony, sir, retired professor, Department of Veterinary Microbiology, to the stage. I request our dean to felicitate sir with the bouquet and memento. Thank you, sir. I invite Dr. T. C. Balagopalan, sir, retired professor and head, Department of Veterinary Surgery and Radiology, to the stage. I request our dean to felicitate the sir with the bouquet and memento. Thank you, sir. I invite Dr. S. Ramkumar, sir, former dean, Professor, Department of Veterinary and Animal Husbandry Extension Education. Request our Dean to facilitate the service, vocation and knowledge. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for honoring the retired faculties. On behalf of Dean and your faculties, I thank all the retired faculty members who are kind enough to accept our invitation and grace us with your presence here. I invite our retired faculty members and also the present faculty members to share some of their thoughts or their experiences in river. I invite our retired faculty members and the present faculty members to come onto the stage and share some of their thoughts or experiences.
Good morning to everyone. Yeah. I'm very happy to be present here. Different, you traveling all the way, but that is nothing for me as well as my visit to the Ragova was concerned. Of course, coming is the river. Anyway, the name is good. Ragova also was good, but as the time passes, the name of the institution has to be changed in the research function has to be introduced in the name itself. Because Raghavas is an expansion of the name. But the other one indicates a research component along with that. In that way, I always feel that one is a better term rather than Raghavas. But Raghavas is still alive if you look into the old students who graduated from here, they will be preferring Raghavas. Of course, if you give that notation also, we will be able to get it in Google's. And that is one of the points to be remembered. The second thing is the alumni of Raghavas or the river is not everywhere. Because being a student, I also learned many things from many people. But the peculiar memory to be remembered with the alumni of Raghavas, wherever they are, they will be united. That is my experience when I have been in USA. Many of my students are, even some of the faculties are working as the dean of the college. And the senior most faculty in this one is up to associate professor, the big one from Trichy. Whereas the other one is from Kerala Veterinary College, because he was also my student. But being known that I was there, many people come to me to facilitate, invite, and within no time they were arranged a function in which almost from 8 states, people come down, and we had a good gathering. But I visited my son along with my wife. They gave a grand party to me, offering a very good watch. So that is the unanimity. Even though people are working in different states, almost all states are students out there. Say UK, same thing. Australia, same thing. So that we have to have a very unique feature that we have to have a separate this book named as the alumni present world over. Previously we used to have a website or something, I think that which is almost not working. That as the time passes, people will be having a lot of jobs, so they will not be able to go ahead with that. But in spite of that one, who are very much interested, has to have support. Otherwise, the function cannot be done well. So, in that way, that if you look into the IVRA, previously one of my known professor in immunology of PISA was the dean for some time, the director of IVRA. Then I asked him, how do you feel about the faculty, the students of Dragon? He said, fine. I feel that two group of students are very fine and performing well in IVRA. One is from Kerala Veterinary College and another is from Kotam. So many students used to get senior fellowship as well as junior fellowship. And that has to be promoted by our students. Unless the senior students guide the juniors, the control has to be maintained. In that way, that I am very happy to know that the students of Swagovas are fine. They are my students. I feel proud of them. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, I wish to thank the Dean and my senior colleagues and my colleagues who have retired along with me. I joined here in 1998 as a professor and head of department LPT, and I served here for 14 years. And during this period, of course, I enrolled in both PG and UG teaching as well. In addition to that, I have a privilege to see my students in various higher positions as directors, vice chancellors, and all. Even when I was in England, one day, surprisingly in the morning hours, my telephone was ringing so many times. Generally, what my practice is, I generally will not lift unless I see the name on it. And in spite of my repeated disconnecting, it is going on ringing. Later, I thought that, okay, let me lift and speak. One of our old students, he was trying to contact me there, and his name is Shiva, so called Shivakumar. And ultimately, he said that, sir, I am here, I wanted to see you, I am coming. Then I was terribly thrilled, rather to say. And of course, I welcomed him and we met him. He came to my house and we spent one day fully with him. And like that, all my students, they are working as head of the departments and even directors of different institutions. That's why with these few words, I would like to thank all of you and wish you all the best. All the young students and my faculty, all the best, and may God bless you all. Thank you.
Good morning. Morning. Dr. Sijian, beloved Dean of the College, one of the few most visible scientists of the country. This is not given by me, this is given by one great website. One of the few most visible animal scientists of the country. My erstwhile colleagues in the college, friends, and student friends in the college. A warm good morning to all of you. I am happy to see the family members of respected Dr. R. Sabernathan Nair, the founder dean of the college. My memories goes back of my association with them, because sir used to arrange several faculty functions outside, sometimes mixed with the family members. Suppose our family members were there, even I used to find his grandson also. I don't know. That boy also looking like that Sabernathan Nair. I am little excited. Was little anticipation all these things. I am glad to attend this auspicious function arranged to express your gratitude to all of your teachers and senior colleagues of the college. I am not here to tell anymore. Thank you very much for inviting us and being part of this function. Thank you.
Very good morning to all. It gives immense pleasure to stand before you as a retired faculty. Without being that Chilean, retired faculty members, present faculty members or teaching staff. So it's a great honor for me to get the invitation and attend this function. When this invitation was sent, immediately I received a corporate education. Yesterday also, some of the faculty members got me. Yes, I'm coming here not to get this honor, see all of you. Because I worked in this college as a professor, then I became the officer in charge teaching hospital, then I became dean, then I retired. So just not only getting this honor to see all of you. That's what I mean. We have students who are now working as faculty, and some of our students, I was alumni of Madras Military College, then I became staff member of the Madras Military College. So some of our students are here working as professors. It gives me immense pleasure to see them as the professors. So you know the struggle we had in teaching hospital when it was instituted in 1899. Unfortunately, I am missing my colleague Dr. Raju and Dr. Yendra. So they supported me when I took over this question, officer in charge, and actually was the student at the time. So we had a lot of difficulties in developing hospital. Slowly with the support of the deans at the time of Sabernathan Nair retired when I joined here. Dr. Puchya was there, then we had Dr. Srinivas as the dean, then Dr. Jagam was in charge for some time, and Kelagar. So after that I became dean. So all the support rendered by the dean for developing the teaching hospital are immense. So I thank all of them, first of all my colleagues who are retired from teaching hospital as well as in the present position working as faculty members. Also the students were kind of to bear the difficulties they were. Of course, that time the faculty strength was, the student strength was only 45. Then it became 60. Now it is 100. So a lot of difficulties we faced when it was 45 itself. Slowly we developed that one. Now I understand that Chadian has promised to shift the hospital here. That was the original plan in 2010. And we gave a proposal also to Unfortunately, because of various reasons, it did not materialize. I'm happy that he is developing the new campus here. Wish him all the best. Once again, I thank all the colleagues who supported me when I was an officer in teaching hospital as professor of Department of Veterinary Surgery. Thank Dr. Balagopal who was supporting me when I was professor at there. And other colleagues, I would not see them today. So, once again, my great honor to attend this function. I thank the dean and the faculty members who are there. Thank you.
Good morning to one and all. At the outset, I would like to thank Sedian actually to conceive this idea. I'm not sure whether I should be one of them, to be honest, because I don't consider myself that much worthy to have this honor. But anyway, it is his greatness that he has included me in this. But as maybe he said, my memories go back to the days. In fact, even before joining the was, and I would never forget Dr. Sabari sir. In fact, just morning I met Dr. Sabari, my son, and I could see, maybe a milder version, because we always see Dr. Sabari as a lion. So I was so happy because I have to share this. I was working in Hyderabad, and my wife was in Pondicherry. She never wanted to leave Pondicherry. So it was a terrible time for me. And there was a lot of pressure for me to come to Pondicherry. And what happened is there was a post advertised in Karaikal, in the agriculture college. And there I attended that interview, and Savri sir was actually the expert for that. So when I entered the hall, he asked me whether you know that there is a veterinary college in Pondicherry. Yes. Then he asked me, do you want to work in the veterinary college or you want to work in the agricultural college in Karaikal? I said, sir, very much I would like to work in the. Then should I conduct interview or not for you? I said, no, sir. And I really felt that somebody wanted me in Pondicherry. And almost I think 1 year from then, there was the advertisement for this post. I advertised, and the post was advertised. There was almost 13, 14 candidates. But somebody, sir, his words, he kept his words and he selected me, although I'm not sure whether I was worthy of it. So I always have a very, very high regard for this person in every way. I remember also, just I had joined 1 year after I joined, I had to go for a training to Hisar. And these ICR programs, always everything is funded by ICR. So they had given a not that day, in those days, second AC was not there, ordinary second class. So one day he called me, Anthony, I am permitting you to go for this. And then I came, in fact, his office was there in Ponley. So I was coming out of Ponley office, then somebody interviewed me, sir, will go for that. So I went back. And he asked, Anthony, why you want to go by second class? I can give you second AC, you go. That type of man who had a great heart and he loved everybody. So, sir, really, really grateful to Sabri sir, who actually founded this institute, and he was the soul behind this institute. Then, of course, for me, Raghav is life actually, never was life. It got back my family life for me, it was everything. Today I miss it dearly. I'm in Pondi only. Actually, my initial plan was to almost come every 2 or 3 times a week to Pondicherry. If I was doing it, and then unfortunately my parents are not too well now. I'm not able to come as often as I would love to. It's a great institute because wonderful students basically, as everybody has said, we found students worldwide. We still have contacts with the first batch, with the Dr. Sarian's batch. And also, at this moment, I would like to, everybody knows about it. When somebody asked me in Pondicherry, quite often they ask, sir, veterinary please, sir, Ser Lama, Ser Kurala. And then I tell the story of Dr. Sarian. From his humble beginnings, I know him as a first year student here. And he didn't do well in physiology in the first year. But then there's something went through him, and he said, I want to go into physiology for the rest of my life. He went to West Bengal, did his PG there, then from there went on to IVRA. And today, as Dr. Venkareddy said, he is among the top 2 scientists in the world. And then he is also the dean of this college. So I always, when somebody asks me about the scope of veterinary, I think there can never be a better example than Dr. Seri. So, I'm not telling this to flatter him. I'm telling it from the bottom of my heart. He is a shining example of what one can do with one's life once they determine what they want to do. That's a great thing. Of course, we keep talking on and on, the wonderful colleagues that I had, the wonderful life that I had, and honestly, I wish my parents get better so that I can keep coming to the college as often as possible. I really love this place. Everything about this is really, really wonderful. I hope, and also, I think Dr. Sedian is going to bring about a big change in the years to come. He's doing his very best. He could have had a very cushy job in ICR. He could have been a director of some institute or something like that. But I think somewhere he wanted to come and do something for his alma mater, and that's a great thing. So I'm sure that his sacrifices and efforts will definitely benefit Nagapua's river. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for inviting us.
Good morning, everybody. Respected Dean Dr. Seri, respected senior retired faculty members, Master, Dr. Sir, Dr. Kumar, Keshavarao sir, and Dr. Anthony, and family members of my advisor, he was my advisor, Nair sir. And still I am remembering your face. So, thank you very much for coming to the program. So, first of all, faculty, other faculty members, and my dear friends. This auspicious day, I think is going to be a milestone in the history of the class of us. Okay, I have joined here in 2000, I have seen many deans, and I worked with many deans. Of course, they have developed and they helped us so much for developing the BCC and other aspects. But when Dr. Seri joined, I was having much hope for that because being an alumni, his commitment and approach towards or attitude towards this institution will be different. That I was expecting, and I was here for a few months after him joined as dean. I have seen the changes slowly started, and this actually he announced on the day of my retirement, and his idea of giving the names for the pros, but of course it also came true. That's why I'm thinking it's as a milestone, and he's thinking in that way. So I'm very happy, and I'm also thanks to the administration to take the decision. And one more thing, I have to this nature I have to what I say, document my thanks to all the faculty members who helped me a lot, and the teams for developing V60. Now I also the experience that I gained from the river. Really, it was wonderful, and of course, Suraj, nothing to say about that. Still, I am working in Bhubaneswar, one Century University of Technology and Management for establishing VCs there, and still I was also thinking of taking some graduates of Pondicherry as assistant professor of many departments, and it worked very well also. So I'm just and there are against sometimes why you are opting for Pondicherry, but Pondicherry is different. I know what our students can do, so I can sleep very well comfortably. My students are there. So in that way, there's no compromise on quality and the talents of our students. Nothing like that. Okay. So thank you very much, and for calling us for to be here for this function. And once again, thank you all. Thank you.
Respected Dean, senior faculty and teachers,
dear students, staff. First of all, I congratulate the Dean for taking up such a program of recognizing the contributions of the retired persons in building up this institute. I'm not going to talk much, but I must still remember I was talking to Shabarisa's son in the morning that when the Dean's office was in, many staff also will be knowing, in the library, when Shabarisa was the Dean, the room was there. So he was the person who was approving this plan of this administrative block. So incidentally, I was there for a while. He was looking at the executive engineer and doing all these things. And then he was telling me in the colloquial way, yeah, I'm not going to be the dean there because I will be leaving. But we have to prepare the best room that dean can get in this administrative block. So I was really amazed by his vision and the time he spent for this building, which he knew that he is not going to see. He could have focused more on his room there and all those things. He never did that. And that is Shabir. So he was telling, and incidentally there are two things. One is that this thought of his, which has been happening there, I was just thinking just now, has materialized into his blog now. The name is his name now. So he's going to call that. Nobody knows actually. This is just that in my heart it felt. Probably Dr. Serene has become a tool in implementing as a mission, probably for the total thing. So it's a good occasion that actually it has happened. And one more thing, as many of the speakers have been saying, the contributions of the retired personalities have been amazing. Everyone who is sitting here have contributed to how this institute, which as a professor also, as a dean also, as many of you will know, when the students are doing extremely well in any place that they are doing, the contributions of the teachers are tremendous. And that is one of the things even now the river is credited with. The individual attention that every student gets. That's why students want actually to come and work here. Similarly, I also would like to thank not only the faculty and students, the staff, the non-teaching staff from the beginning. If you look at it, in any sector of the non-teaching, the sincerity in which actually they have contributed in building brick by brick every department, every physical education, you talk about anything, library, everything, they have been a part of the thing. And that's what makes River a special family other than your family. And that's the special quality of this institute. I'm sure that actually under the leadership of the Dean, things will be better and new programs will be started and we'll go to, because you've got wonderful teachers, wonderful students, what else you want, and a person to lead it in the best way possible. Thank you so much.
Respected Dean and retired faculty and staff and students. It gives me immense pleasure and it's actually emotional to stand here in this venue and say thanks to you, and many of you actually came and thanked us for coming. I wanted to tell you it's an honor, and I wanted to express my gratitude to all of you to inviting us to this function, and it's I would say it's very emotional to stand in his place, in my father's place, and address you. And I'm sure he will be smiling from the heavens at this time, because it's this institution and all of you and his peers and his staff and students were very, very close to his heart. And I remember even he was unwell towards the end. Whenever you mention this college name, he gets all touched up, and he's always very happy to think about it, tell us a lot of stories about how this was going on, everything. At least once a day he will mention this institution. So thanks, and I will again express my gratitude to the Dean for inviting us to be making us part of this function. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Morning and respected all our teachers, faculty members of this institution, the family of our founder Dean Shabrinathan sir, respected Dean of the faculty Dr. Sadian, my dear colleagues and staff and other students. It's indeed a great pleasure and a privilege that I would take it as an honor to come and address before you, because it's one of those rarest occasions that we get in the institution to honor the faculty and give their names to the buildings, for which, as my predecessors, Dr. Ramkumar and Dr. Anthony and others mentioned, who saw the institute, the buildings coming up brick by brick. And they made an immense contribution, and instead I thank the Dean and the other faculty members for taking an initiative to honor them, as he has put it in a very small, it's a small occasion, but it's a great thing. And I'm sure that it made us travel through the past by the video, and as we go around the buildings, it will be a travel down the memorabilia of how the things have developed. So indeed, as Dr. Balagopal said and Dr. Ramkumar said, Shabri sir, as we call him, I also had the privilege to be one of his students and also to be working with him in Thrissur and then coming over to Pondicherry. And I still remember that he always had Swami Vivekananda on his background, where arise, awake and stop not until the goal is reached. That was his motto. And then we had a series of beings, Dr. Vichaya, Dr. Jagam, Dr. Tilagar sir, then Dr. Ramesh Kumar sir, Dr. Venkareddy sir, and then of course my classmate, Dr. Ramkumar, and now I should say my classmate, my student, Dr. Sadian. It's indeed a great honor to have been that you all are here and you have come and of course my Gurunathan again at Manuti, and then I should say still I have a lot of respect when I see Pillai sir, my virology and the bacteriology lessons come to mind when I was a second year student, and so he never thinks, and he as he is very lucidly put, he considers that the students wherever they are, you should be united, and the reverse students or the Ragakovites have always stood one step above the other students whether they are in India or abroad, and I wish that happens. And it's their efforts that we are finding that it has percolated through the times, and I'm sure that it will continue. So indeed, it's a great opportunity, and we wish them all the best of their health. And thank you to all of you, and may you have, may God bless you with health and happiness in your future endeavors. Thank you to all of you. All the best.
Respected Dean, all esteemed retired faculty members and their family members, esteemed colleagues, students, ladies and gentlemen. This is today actually I think very important occasion for us and a very good gesture for this institute to honor the stalwarts who had contributed a lot for shaping this institute as what it is today. Starting from 1994, the two faculties were joined and till their retirement. I think that they have really done us proud as what we see us and the students, as many of the faculty members have mentioned, that they are distributed throughout the world and then making and keeping the flag of erstwhile Nalagobas and at present river flying high. So all comes from the contributions made by these faculty members. So I feel today we should all feel proud and we should thank all these faculty members who have come, many of them from a very long distance, and they are not keeping a very good health, many of them, for this unveiling of department name board. So I thank all of them and pray to God for their good health. As I was asked to talk a little bit of our personal experience with them, when I joined in 1990, Dr. R.M. Pillai, the head, and Dr. P.S. Anthony were at place. Today, to be very frank, I feel a vacuum in the department, slightly. Though I have a very most able and young and energetic to assistant professors in the form of Dr. Vivek and Dr. Jayalakshmi. But somehow personally I have a vacuum. The 15 years we spent with Dr. Pillai and Dr. Anthony, and then another 7 years with Dr. Anthony because he retired in 2021, have been wonderful. We have a very harmonious relationship. We spend time together, we work together, we laugh together, sometimes we fought together also. But ultimately it was so engaging and so good that still I feel that sometimes at some point of time when I am probably in the department and the room, I feel that they could have been around. To be on the lighter side, I still miss Dr. Anthony during lunch. We used to take food together. It will be a very typical Bengali person which I know that he would not have tasted in his life. With mustard oil, which he would not have tasted. Even after giving, if I ask how it is, fantastic. Amazing that experience, and that I miss. I really miss Dr. Pillai and Dr. Anthony Nilpa. Thank you so much.
Very good morning to one and all, respected all retired professors, the special guest today, respected dean, my senior colleagues, friends, and all others here. I also wish to express a few things. I think it's a very special and momentous occasion. Perhaps I can say that it's a day of glory or an occasion to glorify the teachers. In Indian tradition, generally teachers are considered as the guru. And in that context, maybe I will put it like students are trying to glorify their teachers. Because it is perhaps the great personal vision of our President Dean Dr. P. Sejian, with his unstinted mission, he really wanted to make it. So in that context, I will say it's a day of glorifying the teachers. Though we are all there from this institute, but of course, for me, it's a double way also. Because Dr. Kesav Rao, though I have worked with him for 15 years, but actually he was my teacher and he was my PhD guide. So I have both the sides. Maybe in that context, because students are trying to glorify their teachers and our tradition is guru. So in that context, maybe it is relevant to say that two lines, Ekas Chandra Samohanti Nacha Tara Ganoirupi, Baro Make or Guni Putra Nacha Murkha Satuirupi. I don't want to explain it, I leave it to you. And then there are some very popular old adage in Indian culture. It is always said that Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. Most of the time it is not properly understood. Perhaps what I understand or what I have learned is, it is the hierarchy of guru or teacher in our tradition. The first is the mother, Mata is the teacher. then the father is the teacher, then the actual teacher whom we call Guru, and finally it is the Devam, that is the God. So that's the hierarchy. Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. So why I am trying to tell this is because this occasion seems to be like students and Guru. So how the Mata, the mother at the first stage give the basic learnings and rearing actually. So there is a stotra in that context. Bhumi Garyasi Mata Sargad Ucchatara Pita Janani Janma Bhumischa Sargad Garyasi. And for the father it says Pita Sarga Pita Dharma Pita Hi Paramantapa Pitori Pritima Panne Priyante Sarva Devata. And then comes the Guru, the third one. And in our culture, everybody knows that Guru Stotra. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwaro, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namo. And finally, the Devam. In our culture, it is says, God that comes at the last stage of life. Perhaps all of these people are in that stage. So there it says, Tameva Mata Cha Pita Tameva, Tameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tameva. Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva, Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. That's the relevant I wanted to say, that is the Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. And then coming back, I think I wish to mention again, as everybody said, these people, what our dean fondly says, that the veteran professors, that's what he says all the time, veteran professors, he wanted to recognize them and honor them. Really, it's a great occasion and happy to be part of this. I wish all these veteran people keep good health and have a better life in future. Really happy to see the family members of Dr. R. Savanathan Nair. I was also there from the beginning in my department. Actually, to be frank, I have joined first, and later Dr. U.K. Pal joined, and after 1 year Pal House has joined. Actually, he was my teacher in IBRI. And Nair sir once or twice he told, all three you are from IBRI. So I want to see something different. So probably I am in a juncture to still carry that mission. We are yet to achieve that. Maybe we have been going a little bit down as an institute or department. Now it's a new challenge, new beginning. Our dean has taken it as a great mission. Perhaps it's the nature's law to bounce back once you go too much down. Maybe that's the challenge. As Mukhopadhyay sir was telling, I am also finding the challenge because almost like I am alone. But we will try to do the best. We will try to keep the promise we made to Dr. Savanathan Nair sir. Happy to see his family. In fact, I have visited his family also as with my family, which you will be knowing later. So with these few words, I wish to thank our dean for taking this great mission, and we are there, and thank everybody. And thanks the organizer for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
I thank our beloved dead faculties and present faculty members for sharing their thoughts or experiences in Liverpool. Now, I invite our respected dean to address the gathering.
Most respected, the retired faculties are sitting over here, and very special mention about the first family of this institute, the great institute, prestigious institute, the great Dr. Savanathan Nair and his family, and all the head of the departments, and the non-teaching staff, and the unskilled laborers sitting here, and above all, my dear students who are also present here to play their tribute. Before I actually start, this is a very emotional day for me because, as echoed by some of the very closest retired faculties for me, like it's like once again a dream comes true for me, definitely. Before I actually start addressing, I would like to mention two persons here. Without them, this institute would never come to this status. Of course, there is no any second thinking. The greatest pillar of strength we had was in the great Dr. Savanathan Nair sir, and closely followed by Dr. Puchya sir. I would request all of you to rise for 2 minutes in silence to pay tribute to the departed souls because they were not here with us, and who would like to take their blessings from the heaven. We will assume a 2-minute silence in memory of these great two stalwarts of this institute. Thank you very much. First of all, thank you for all of you be making your gracious presence to this function. And as many of our faculty, present faculties have echoed that this is one of the milestones of this institute. That is what I dreamt of when I came back to this college. There are several dreams to be achieved, and I will do it in my own style. I am confident about that. That is what I wanted to promise to all the people who are sitting over here. To start with the day, I would like to fondly remember the great memories because I had the fortunate to have an association with only one dean of this college when I was pursuing my BBSc here, and the great Sabarnathan Nair sir. Well, I can frankly say without him I would have never completed BBSc. There was a point at my family where I need to discontinue BBSc. I still remember it was on Wednesday in 1995. I remember he called me to his room around 7:30 when the news broke that I wanted to discontinue, because I always believed in my life when something is not my cup of tea, I never do that, because whatever I do, I want an output. I'm a sports person basically, and that is how my life is all about. When I believe that I cannot do something, I never attempt. But on the other hand, when I attempt, I never falter that. This is until today I have followed that to my perfection. But only exception was I never believed that I can complete BBSc because the type of family background I had then, and then the type of potential I had also, to be very frank. But then he called me to around 7:30 because he works very hard, in the late evenings, because it is this visionary, this institute is standing tall like this now. He called me and told Dr. Sajian, try to understand, I don't want to persuade you to do something, but I will give you some facts and findings which you need to understand before you take a call. Losing an year or two in veterinary science is never attempt. It's a gate system. I lost my first year here, because that's the reason I wanted to quit. And then the great Sabarnathan sir have told me that these are the words he had told me, echoing in my ears till now. He told losing an year or two is not a very big deal in veterinary profession. And I believe that you are a sports person like me, and the sports persons definitely have a fighting spirit within them, and they would definitely triumph at the end of the day. But you should fight hard to win. These are the words that he had spoken to me, and then he told what you will do going away after getting a professional course. It's very important for you to believe in yourself and then carry on. Well, today I stand tall in the world as the top 2 first place finalist for 3 consecutive years. I owe a lot to this great personality. It was always in my mind when I came here, because you hear that Mandal sir had very, very clearly echoed my views, what it is this function is all about. It's like giving back to the stalwarts who have built this institute brick by brick. It's very essential to remember, 18 hours of labor, 16 to 18 hours of labor he has put to see this institute into reality. Well, Ramnath sir reflected that he is not going to sit here. Everyone knows that, but then that is what gives me an energy to drive myself. because many people say like this fellow may come and then he may go. It's immaterial. Each and every day I resume this duty in this office, I give my more than 100%. That is the attitude I have imbibed from the great Sabarnathan Nair sir. This has to be remembered. It's not that something we come here to just for the sake of enjoying and post or something like that. I mean business here, because I have promised to revive this college, and I promise that I will never leave any stone unturned to achieve the target that has been set by the government to me, which I am doing it in the style already. And the people who are sitting here will visualize where I will take this institute. That is, the tribute that I will be properly paying to the great Sabarnathan Nair sir. Because I know Dr. Buchya sir have done a tremendous thing for a relatively longer duration of in his tenure. But then Sabarnathan Nair sir is the visionary who brought these all buildings into reality, followed by Buchya sir to create all the basic infrastructure coming from an ICR system. Of course, there are many other people in a short while they have contributed immensely as the short gap arrangement that goes up to Murugal sir now currently, because Bengareddy sir was there previously, and then Srinivas Iyer sir was there previously, and for a shorter duration even Dr. Subbareddy sir was there, and as well as Girija madam were there. These are all the people who really, although for a very shorter duration, they also played an immense role. And of course, I need to mention two another stalwarts sitting here, Ramesh Kumar sir as well as my own beloved teacher and my mentor, Dr. Ram Kumar sir. Because these all, they have taken as a full stint as the directors, deans of this college, and they have contributed immensely for the growth and development of the college. That is the reason we need to fondly remember today, like as a student giving back in your own little small way. This is a very small way. There are many more laurels will come their way, because we believe in giving. The human community should believe in giving. There is no faltering for such type of the people. I firmly believe that, and this is only a small beginning. Although I wish that many more retired persons are there due to various reasons of their ill health and other things, or the distance they need to travel, they couldn't make it. And I wish that more such type of things are come. That is the reason I wanted this function to be telecasted, and for the information of the house that we are going live on Instagram, Facebook, as well as Twitter, as well as in YouTube. Because I want all the alumni of this prestigious institute to be witnessing it, because they may be missing it. Although the pre-recorded thing, but then seeing it live with the technologies that are currently available. Thanks to the great team that are working here, the students community headed by Dr. Madhivadani. It's a tremendous job. I also would like to thank Dr. Vivek, Dr. Maitri, and Dr. George for compiling those video shots, because that is what been depicted here. What all the contributions made by these great stalwarts that has been depicted. Many more to come, because there may be a few mistakes from our side, because we are students giving back the tribute to the faculty. If any small mistakes, that I believe that my team and those who are present here, without criticizing, you should magnanimously accept that this is a milestone being created here, because in terms of giving back to these stalwarts. Because to build an organization, it takes hell out of you, and then without the dedication of certain persons, it's not at all possible. Like 80% of people in India, although there are what is there, we are lacking in this country, but still we are in the developing status. I am one in that who wanted to put this institute in a global map. I wanted to believe that this country is enormous and we need to attain the developed status. That is primarily because we are all creating a round around us, and then we live in that round and then end up our life. Like, we need to come out of that shell. If you wanted to attain glory, we need to come out of the shell. That's what couple of people are doing, and we are promising to this institute that we will never forget these stalwarts sitting in the front row today. And I promise that these are the qualities we have imbibed, and each and every one of you people have imparted these qualities, and we will never leave these ethics and moral values that you people have taught us. As the Guru, it's our responsibility that we come back and then pay our token of respect in our own little way. That's the reason. And I have been to US, I have been to Australia for 2 postdoctorate, and I've been traveled quite a lot. But then I always see we go and keep a name of a great scientist who has done a tremendous work in their country, and then we try to imbibe that. When I started my career, I always wanted to be a physiologist. After the BBSA, I never looked back. That's primarily because I wanted to prove a point, not to anybody else, to myself. Right? Is it that I am capable of only this? That drives me a lot to go on and on and on, and that's the reason probably I never get satisfied with whatever I have achieved. and I strive hard for excellence. Like you go and see like very big stalwarts are there, even at abroad they keep people who have contributed immensely, but of course they are their own people. And Neil Armstrong was landed in Moon. I went to Ohio State University, a building has been named after him, and he is a graduate from the Ohio State University. Well, we have always this problem of following the foreigners. I always had, I would have had a very comfortable job abroad with the quality of CV today I am possessing, but never I wanted to be like that. I wanted to come back, give back in my own little way to this country which has given me everything, and that's the reason the future generation physiologists and other students I am grooming, because it is, I believe in giving back. And then we talk about the stalwarts of the great people sitting over abroad who have written a book to their context which may not be applicable to their Indian condition. Here are the stalwarts sitting over here. Without them we are nothing. And that is the change. Change is permanent. We have to change as individuals. That is the reason I thought like these are the stalwarts, their name should be depicted on the building, not anything else. We may be having indifferences among us, but that's not at all a problem as far as to do the honors for these stalwarts sitting over here, because they have contributed in their own little way whatever possible opportunities they got, and with the help of a political system present here, they have done a tremendous job. Let us acknowledge the persons who have directly and indirectly played an immense role in our career, rather than remembering somebody, the great stalwarts of elsewhere in the world. And what is that their contribution to our life? It's nothing. And what is that we are lacking in? The notes these people have given to us have only made us a better citizen to. Let us honor them. Why we need to go on to keep the people's foreigners, or for example the great Pitambars of this institute, in this country, or you keep a politician's name, etc., etc. I don't believe in that. I believe in giving back. These are the people who have given us, and it's time for us to pay back. That is what we are doing here. And this is between the teacher and the students. And I believe nobody should come in that way of love and respect between these people. That's very essential for all of us to understand that. This function is primarily meant to be the Guru Vandana, that we wanted to give back to these stalwarts who have contributed. That will make them immensely happy. I am sure they go with a great memory today. These are the type of qualities we wanted to imbibe in the next generation. And to the information of the stalwarts sitting over here, I am sitting here for them, for these kids, 3 hours extra to train them what it is to be a good human being, rather than a good researcher or a good student. I am training them to be a good citizens. So that is what I try to give back in my own little way to make these students, because you have to understand that today's students are tomorrow's officers. So we need to invest and we need to teach them if they go wrong, and that's very, very important, that we need to concentrate on developing quality human resources. That is what these people have done, and that is what we need to continue doing that, because when we expect the government to support us, the students expect them, like we also should support them. It's vice versa. Like that is the reason I always make it a point, we don't groom a student to complete a degree. We wanted to groom them for their settlement. That is the reason when I took over, special effort we have made, and I am happy to share with the retired faculties that this year the campus interview selection was 93% of the people have got selected. And that is what we are, because we need to, the measurement of the success of the college should be in terms of how we groom the youngsters and then how they settle. That is primarily important here. It is not that we do go and take 2 class or 3 class, take a practical and finish it. There never ends the teacher's load. Teachers, as Dr. Mandal sir has very, very beautifully has explained. I really appreciate the way he has put forth these views. That is the need of the hour, to understand what is the role of a teacher, because they are guru for us. And apart from, because it's mandatory, like our father and mother to be standing by us, but not for the guru. And I think it's time to reflect all those nostalgic moments we had with these teachers. And I request my teachers to humbly contribute towards the growth of these students' community, because our success are measured based on the successes they are getting. Their success means they should be settling in their life in a very big way. As many of the retired faculties have echoed that our alumni are distributed across the globe. That is not because they have the potential. That is because of the quality of the teaching that has been imparted to them, which gives them the technical competency or the knowledge that has been imparted by these great stalwarts to go on to flourish at the highest level, because having a life at abroad is not so easy. As a student, that's okay, you get a scholarship and go. But then, as a faculty, as many people have echoed, that it's not so easy to have a life at abroad unless you are having the quality. To have that type of quality to survive at the highest level, you need your basics to be set right. And that basic has been imparted by this topic. So we all the faculty members who are present over here, because it's a proud moment for all of us to pay in our own little way, because they are all your colleagues and you are all our teachers. So in that way, this function makes this a very special function, and it is one of the definitely going to be a milestone. And I promise that these stalwarts will keep coming back until I am at the helm of affairs in this institute. And I would like to seek their blessings on each and every activity we are taking forward. And even in the new year, sir, I have addressed them. We wanted to construct an auditorium, we wanted to construct 5 classrooms of 125 capacity, and also we wanted to construct 2 different hostels, so that we are sending out our students. Now we wanted to bring them back. This is what the roadmap we have set for this year, and hopefully with the blessings of all these stalwarts and the great stalwarts who are sitting presently here, as well as who are not able to attend this function for various reasons, and that is and another important thing to be announced, like we are at it your pensioners, right? Because like this we are off late facing a lot of problems regarding disbursing the pension or the terminal benefits. It's very difficult job and a very tricky situation, the financial position of the institute. We will see that what best could be done, and then we will try to solve the issue of the pensioners, because it's very important that we have to make them happy. And I promise here, standing here, like I will put my maximum possible effort. Even yesterday, I've been sitting with the type of representation given by our teaching club, our teachers club, that is of the institute, because they met the minister and then they given us, and we have drafted very beautifully whatever possible way from our side to working towards achieving that goal, and then pressing hard the government, and we have given all possible data, what are the things that are pending, and we are at it definitely. We will definitely strive hard to accomplish that goal as early as possible, so that because you are all getting your pending terminal benefits as well as the pension getting regularized. That is one of the top priority. Because I am not the person to show my back and run away from my responsibility. I know what is that they are up to that. Even to a couple of people yesterday, when I was making sure that they are coming and attending, I was making such a promise, like it's very important that we need to make them happy. And what best we can do to fight with this government and then make that realistic, that will be one of a dream come true again. There are several such dreams, I can keep on telling that. And one such dream will be definitely as one of the priority for us to support these stalwarts in our own little way in terms of getting the pension regularized. And I would request all the cooperation of all the members here present for that in that venture definitely. And I also wanted to thank all my non-teaching staff, because this institute has built to a very greater height. We should never forget the contribution that are made by the non-teaching faculty. And because behind the scene they work a lot, because as an administrator we put them order, but then they are not executing it in their own style. Things may not moving in the right direction. In that way, I believe that all the non-teaching faculty are playing an immense role for the growth of this growth and development of this country, and it is very essential to also fondly remember them. So like we also would like to have a very big get together later this or middle towards the year to get them all on board again, so that we also would like to felicitate them who overall have contributed and retired from this greater institution. So with these few words, I once again take this opportunity to take the love, care and affection these people have rendered, and this is a small way, little way that we are trying to give you back. And I hope that you keep coming back to this greater institute, for we believe that your happiness is our blessings. So with these few words, I thank once again my faculty members and non-teaching staff and other supporting staff and all my team, headed by Dr. Mini and Dr. Abhirami and Dr. Venkatesh Verma, Dr. Gantraj, and also my contract faculty who are sitting over here, who all made an immense contribution towards making this program a grand success. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. for creating a memorable event in the history of River. Now, coming to the end of the program, I invite Dr. Ganeshan sir, DR Academics, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Dean, respected former Deans of River, and distinguished retired professors, members of faculty of River, it gives me immense pleasure to propose the vote of thanks. First and foremost, on behalf of everyone at River, I express my sincere thanks to the family members of late Satyanarayana Nayak sir for immediately accepting our invitation and participating in this function. Sir's contribution to this institute is immense and is the strong foundation on which this institute is standing today. Thanks a lot for taking time to visit the institute today and for gracing the name board unveiling function. We are all deeply honored and immensely pleased. I also sincerely thank the former deans Dr. Venkareddy sir, Dr. Ramesh Kumar sir and Dr. Ram Kumar sir and the retired professors Dr. R. M. Pillai sir, Dr. Keshav Rao sir, Dr. Balgopan sir, Dr. P.X. Antony sir. Each and every one of these professors have not only groomed their students with their knowledge and wisdom, but also contributed to the development of this institute. Thanks a lot for your contribution to this institute and for accepting our invitation and finding time and taking efforts to make it for the unveiling function. We are deeply honored and grateful to you all. Thanks a lot to our present dean for conceiving this idea. This is a wonderful gesture of recognizing the significant contributions made by our former deans, retired professors. Amidst all his high-pressure official duties, Dean has personally involved himself in meticulously planning and monitoring each and every activity associated with the happening of this event. Thanks a lot, sir, for your efforts and leading from the front. Special thanks to Dr. V. Srinivasan, librarian of this institute, and his team of faculty members for taking up the responsibility of designing and getting ready all the name boards. It's been a lot of committed hard work from him and his team. Thanks a lot for their efforts. The organizing team, consisting of young and dynamic faculty members, non-teaching staff, unskilled laborers, students, deserve very special appreciation as well for planning and conducting this program in the best possible manner in a very short time. Thanks a lot to each and every one of them. Finally, thanks to all the members of the faculty of River for gracing the function. Thanks one and all.
I request all of you to rise for national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय भारत भाग्य विधाता
I request everyone to join for high tea, which was provided outside the hall. Followed by high tea, I request all of you to gather for unveiling ceremony in the respective departments. Thank you.
Pause. End video. Pause. Time out.